We're going to be talking today about the brand new announcement of the Canada shovel-ready zones by the Conservatives. Let's get into it.
Canada should be the richest country in the world. We have the second biggest landmass in the world, the third biggest proven oil reserves, sixth biggest lithium reserves, the biggest uranium and potash reserves, 154 million acres of farmland, and 4 coasts that are either on or leading to tidewater. We have an abundance of energy for data centers and cold weather to cool them down. We have 41 million highly educated, brilliant people ready to get it done. So why aren't we the richest country in the world? The answer? Gatekeepers. Enough. Let's build Canada again. It's time to put Canada first. It's time to bring home our jobs, energy, and economic sovereignty. And that is what my Bring It Home economic plan will do. And so today I'm introducing the Canada Shovel-Ready Zones. Canada Shovel-Ready Zones will be areas already permitted for construction.
What's great about this video is that it's a very different mindset shift than what we've had to listen to for the last 10 years, which everything was either a blame game, blame somebody else for your problems and why you are where you are, and let us take care of you. The government wants to come in and do another program. We'll do that kind of stuff. In the last 10 years, they've doubled the size of the public service. This sentiment is all about allowing Canadians to go out and create. And that sentiment is a massive shift where you get to go make money, you get to go build, you get to have these powerful jobs, as opposed to we're going to give those things to you. So let me point out one of the things that he talked about with, as he called it, pre-permitting. In real estate, as a real estate investor, this idea of pre-permitting areas and zones is such a crazy, revolutionary, fantastical idea that to actually say, hey, here's what this area is. Realize something, guys, as you're listening to this. We already do this. We already create zones where you can build this type of building, this type of, this area is zoned for residential. This area is zoned for commercial. But once it's zoned, you then have to apply for permitting on top of that to be able to go through and get it approved. So if they're going to approve those zones, say, here's what you have to have, and once that's ready, you're already approved. That is such a simplistic idea, and perhaps even the way it was meant to be, rather than, oh, yes, this is what it's approved for, but we don't know if we're going to approve you. And then you've got to go through that whole process. And guys, it takes years. And those years that it takes to get approvals for permits to be able to build a single house, the years it takes, it adds thousands and thousands of dollars onto the cost of that house. Like, I don't even know how to react to that part of it, because if it really functions like that, it will revolutionize our ability to build. Now, obviously, he's talking about being able to permit areas for things like natural gas, oil pipelines, mines, these types of part of the areas that he's talking about.
We can't get out of our own way. It takes more than 17 years to get the average mine approved and built in Canada.
Can you imagine having to wait almost 20 years? If you want to build a mine, good luck. 20 years from now, you should be able to get it done. By then you'll have it ready to go. 20 years. The amount of things that change in that period of time is drastic. So being able to transition the Canadian government to be able to respond to the needs of Canadians is, quite frankly, a revolutionary idea. Okay, so here's the areas that they're looking to address through this Canada Shovel Ready Zone.
We'll unleash hundreds of billions of dollars of investment in power plants, nuclear energy, mines, pipelines, data centers, and much more. These places will be humming with the sounds of construction equipment, as you will see hardworking and talented Canadian workers going around doing the job and expecting big, beautiful six-figure paychecks.
Factories, data centers, mining, oil and gas, nuclear. They are looking to create an unprecedented pathway for Canadian energy to be released in throughout Canada and into the world, and for us as Canadians to be able to profit from it. Guys, is this a fluff piece? Sure, absolutely. You don't have all the concrete details when you get into it, but it's a much more exciting direction for us to move in. Talking about being able to unleash our natural resources. And I love that that one of the first things that he talked about was, hey, if you want access to this stuff, you need to come forward with your plans to protect the environment, to protect people when you're looking to get into whether it be mining, oil, gas, nuclear, any of these items. So it's not throwing reckless abandon. It's not just throwing all caution to the wind. There's a plan behind it. Now, what does it look like in practice? Obviously, we don't know those details because we've never had it. For the last decade, we've been under a government that has chosen to pull back, to hold back on our natural resources, to hold back on our reserves and what we're able to provide for Canada and for the world. We've had countries coming hat in hand to us, and the current government has held back from that. This is an ambitious plan to get money to come back, investment dollars to come back into Canada, to really open it up for investment from other countries. In fact, the Bank of Canada actually just made a change this week to how they structure some of the debt framework, the bond framework. I won't get too much into detail, but allowing and opening it up so that more investment dollars could come into Canada. So these two plans actually pair quite well with what the Conservatives are looking at and what the Bank of Canada is already implementing to prepare for a coming boom. Guys, I love your comments, love everything that you guys have been sharing with me. Obviously, subscribe and like. I really appreciate it. But a lot of the comments have really called me into looking at both sides of this equation. And as we talk about Pierre, we're starting to get an idea of what he represents and what he wants to do going forward should he be elected as the next Prime Minister of Canada. We do know that this is a hotly contested debate. We've got one guy in Carney who has been in business, has been a banker for all of his life, and then we've got a career politician, as many people like to point out when you're talking about Pierre. And the question that we've also been asking is, which master do they serve? Whose agenda are they advancing? Are they advancing the agenda of you and I as Canadians, or are they advancing their own personal agenda? So, guys, I really want to invite you to continue to follow this ride with me as we go deeper into Carney and into Pierre as we get into the elections. Not because we want to be best friends with either one of these guys, but really, what does it mean for you? What does it mean for me? And what does it mean for our future, for our families, as we continue to talk about investing right here on the Four Horsemen of Real Estate podcast?
When the ones around trusting their word, they walk the talk in the world of investment, they make their mark.